What's up everyone, welcome to Stockton. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we talk about stocks before they start blowing up, say goodbye to chasing stocks at all-time highs, and say hello to making some money. So if this sounds like something you want to take advantage of, then hit that beautiful subscribe button and like the video. Now let's get to it. Before we get into the video, I have to say that I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say is just my opinion and is for entertainment purposes only. Having said that, if I'm talking about a company, I'll let you know whether I'm personally going to invest in it or not towards the end of the video. But you should always do your own due diligence, so with that out of the way, let's get started.
The last week has been horrific for not only MP Materials stock price but the stock market as a whole. I've been reading up on forums and on Twitter in order to get an overall idea of how investors are feeling about MP Materials right now. I've come to the conclusion that quite a few investors still feel like the MP Materials management team made a bad judgment call earlier this year, and they're blaming MP Materials management team for this poor performance of the stock price this year. For those of you who aren't aware, MP Materials announced public offerings in March-April this year, which basically started the downward trend for the stock. But what made the whole situation worse was that during the same time period, insiders including the CEO James Litinsky started selling their shares. Now, although this is not illegal, it just left a bad taste and the stock hasn't recovered still. Now, granted, the overall market conditions also don't help, because after all, MP Materials has had some awesome news recently since they posted some great earnings, but the stock has yet to recover based on that news. A lot of people have been asking the question whether more insider selling is going to happen this year, and in order to address this, MP Materials just came out with the following tweet. We have received questions about a supposed lockup expiration for MP Pipe investors. To clarify, MP Pipe investors have been free to trade their holdings since last year and no such pipe lockup expiration exists. So hopefully this tweet addresses that insider selling concern that some investors have. In my opinion, MP's management team definitely made a bad call, but that doesn't change the fact that this stock has great potential to beat the market long term. Rare earth elements play a critical role in the production of EVs, making the mining companies of these minerals an equally valid consideration. With the EV market set to skyrocket in the coming years, rare earth minerals will undoubtedly be in large demand. By some estimates, for example, the rare earth elements markets will grow from 2.7 billion in 2020 to 3.8 billion in 2026. MP Materials brands itself as one of the largest producers of rare earth minerals in the Western Hemisphere, and it claims to be the provider of about 15% of the global supply. Currently, the company mines rare earth elements at Mountain Pass, which is located in California, then produces a rare earth concentrate, the sale of which solely accounts for the company's revenue, but that should change in 2022 if all goes according to plan. Whereas the concentrate that MP Materials produces is ultimately sold to an intermediary, Shenji Resources, which then sells it to end users in China. MP Materials is working to diversify beyond this model. The company's Stage 2 optimization project, which management expects to complete next year, will allow the company to separate the rare earth elements and sell them directly to end users. That will be a game changer. When completed, the Stage 2 project should enable the company to produce about 20,000 metric tons of separated rare earth oxides annually, consisting of approximately 6,000 metric tons of this important material that's used in the production of EVs. When completed, Stage 2 should help the company achieve 250 million in adjusted EBITDA in 2023. For context, MP Materials reported adjusted EBITDA of 42.6 million in 2020, so there's huge growth ahead. To sum it up, MP Materials is in a great position and the future is bright for the company unless something drastic happens that changes the fundamentals, but I don't see that happening. Patient investors should reap rewards in the end because there's only one way for MP Materials stock in the long term, which is upwards. And then also let's not forget about this. US seeks to challenge China on rare earth elements, key ingredients in Biden's energy plan. President Biden's agenda for a clean energy future requires ratcheting up demand for rare earth elements, the essential materials for many high-tech items including green energy products like electric vehicles and wind turbines. With MP Materials being the only mine that can help achieve this, it's hard to bet against the company. So the bottom line, will MP Materials stock price fall below $20? I strongly doubt that this will happen, but if it does, I'll be buying a boatload of shares and averaging down my position. Anyways guys, that's it for today's video. Have an awesome day and I'll see you in the next one.